Good morning. This is a nice wake up morning routine for any kid or mom. Let's start out in child's pose or shell stretch. Take a nice deep breath for 5 counts in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. And again in and out. Opening up your spine and relaxing. Remembering that this day is a special gift full of wonderful things to come, and even in the hard times, we have a promise in the Bible that God will be with us throughout our day. So again, we'll take a nice deep breath in, and as we exhale, we'll remember that God says to be still and know that He is God. Let's come up onto all fours in a cat stretch. Take a nice breath in, and then moving through from a neutral spine to an arched back. And again, coming up to the mad cat. Make your back like a rainbow. And then coming back through neutral to an arched spine. Good. Let's do a few more at your own pace. Opening up your spine, waking it up this morning. Remembering to breathe as you move through. Very nice. From here, let's turn your toes under and lift your knees and come into a downward facing dog. Good. Think about keeping your hips up high and your back straight. And if you want to walk your knees and feet out a little bit just to warm up your calves this morning, you can do that. Just take a nice deep breath as you move through. You might hear your ankles crack. Good. Let's walk our feet up towards our hands. And then we're just going to let ourselves dangle here. You can hold your elbows and let your upper body dangle. Take a nice deep breath. You can relax your head down and just sort of turn your head from side to side and relax any tension in your neck. Good. Pull your belly button in really tight and round up to standing, one vertebrae at a time. Coming all the way up. Good. Come nice and tall, and let's bring your arms up into a V over your head, in a Y over your head. And imagine that you are a tree that's swaying in the wind and just bend from side to side, waking up your spine. Good. And then let's bring your hands to your chest in a prayer pose and pretend that you're a tall, strong mountain. Feel your energy anchoring through your feet, all the way up through your strong back, up to your head. Inhale, exhale, bowing forward with your head, and then one vertebrae at a time, curving down all the way to hang again. Take a deep breath here, and pull your belly button in and round back up, all the way back up. And again, bring your arms up in a V over your head, and bend to one side and the other. And then bring your hands to your chest in mountain pose. Inhale. Exhale, feel strong and tall. One more time, inhale. Drop your shoulders down, don't let them shrug up to your ears. Curving your head down, one vertebrae at a time, rolling back through. And this time, bend your knees slightly and put your hands on the floor. And then walk your feet back to a plank. Good, and walk your hands forward so you're in a nice straight plank. Slide your shoulders down away from your ears and open them out. Good, and then slowly lower yourself down very slowly to the ground. From here, keeping your hips down, let's just arch your back up just a little bit for an upward facing dog. Slide your shoulders down, don't let them shrug. Good. Take a deep breath here. And then bend your knees and come into the cat stretch again. Good. You might want to walk your hands back a little bit more so that your knees are under your hips and your hands are under your shoulders. And again, rounding up and down for your cat stretch. Nice and slow, not too fast. Good. And then turning your toes under, coming up to down dog. Hold here for a nice breath. Walking your feet in towards your hands. Bringing your feet up to towards your head. And then let your upper body dangle here. You can hold your elbows, take a deep breath. Pull your belly button in. Let your belly button pull you up, one vertebrae at a time to restack your spine. Come all the way up. Good. Bring your arms up in a V and go and bend to one side and then the other. And then bring your hands back to mountain pose, your tall, strong mountain. From your feet anchoring in, straight through your whole foot, all the way up, and your shoulders are pressing down away from your ears. And then you're going to bow forward and roll through all the way down. Good. Let's bend your knees here and put your hands on the floor. You can step or jump back into plank. And if your hips are still up a little bit, you can walk your hands forward and get a nice flat plank pose, and then slowly lower yourself down. That's called chaturanga, all the way down. And then just a little back bend, shoulders down. You don't have to go as far back as Aaron is. You can just do a little back bend. And then come up onto your knees. We're going to move through this one more time at a quicker pace. So bring your hands back under your shoulders. Bring your knees back under your hips. Turn your toes under, come up to down dog. Good. Walk your feet up towards your body or jump. And then hang for a moment. Take a deep breath. Belly button pulls in. Round up one vertebrae at a time with your belly button. Come all the way up. Bring your arms into a V over your head. And rotate from side to side. Good. And up to the ceiling. And then bring your hands down to a prayer pose mountain, nice and tall and strong. And rolling back down. Bending your knees as you come down. And put your hands on the floor. You can step or jump back into chaturanga. So you're first make sure that you're in a nice flat plank. And then slowly lower yourself just down by your elbows. And a little back bend here. Or you can do a full cobra. Put your shoulders down. Good. And then come up onto your knees. And then roll through cat-cow stretch one time. Good. And then press your hips back into child's pose again, where you started. And hold here. Take a nice deep breath. Remembering that God loves you, that this day ahead of you is a chance for you to show love to those around you. And when things get a little too hectic or busy, you can still yourself inside and remember to be still and know that He is God.